Alright, what's up everyone, Duquesne23 here, and this video is a little different than what I normally do. Normally, it's either forge maps, custom maps, forging, mostly that, Halo news also. But today I wanted to talk about some things on there, just because recently there's a lot of hate, again, towards Halo Follower, and I want to talk about that a little bit. If you don't know, Halo Follower and I go pretty far back to the, I think it was Halo 4, the start of the Halo 4 news cycle. And that's whenever both of our channels kind of blew up naturally. His blew up more because he is way larger than what I am currently right now. But that's also because my channel was demonetized. I stopped uploading here, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, it's something, it's interesting because back then, you know, Chris was much younger, or Ron, I don't know. Can someone explain to me that? I'm not trying to like disrespect him or anything, but I'm so confused. So he changed his name to Ron. His name was Chris. I don't know. His new last name is Ducats. Is that supposed to be towards me on there? I have no idea, because in case y'all don't know, the Ducat emblem in Halo 5 is named after me. So that's one reason why I'm confused about him. His last name is Ducats. But okay, but it's one thing though, like Chris, he, you know, was much younger and everything. You know, back then he made mistakes, obviously. Most people know about everything he's done. I'm not rehashing all that type of stuff, but it's just something that I want to talk about off of pushing all of that aside. Like, it's been years since, you know, like all the major problems and everything that happened with Chris and Halo Follower, and it's just seeing like hate of people. Like, his recently, some of his animations that have come out, like where I think it was Chief kicking Locke or punching Locke in the balls or something. A lot of people dislike that. They're like, this is dumb or whatever, you know, but they're actually like giving him hate on there. So it's kind of confusing me off of why. It is lowbrow humor, that type of stuff, but I thought it was funny. His animations are really good. They used to not be that good, but of course people learn, people get better. His animations now are pretty good, and I thought it was a pretty funny little fight scene, and it was just like a joke and stuff like that, and some people took it very seriously and disliked stuff, which I'm not mentioning any names of anyone in this, but it's just besides of course Chris and Halo Follower, because that's what this is mainly about. But it's one of those things where I don't understand the hate anymore for him. Like, I understand you may dislike him, or you just don't like his content, or just something like that. You just dislike maybe off of what he's done in the past, but I think it's about time to move on from that. Like, it's one of those things where he is the largest Halo channel in, like, solely Halo channel in our entire community. Now, that doesn't make it to where whatever he does is okay or anything like that, but it's one of those things where as a Halo community, we need to actually support each other. We need to stop fighting and bickering over each other, especially stuff that has happened years and years in the past. There's certain people who really dislike him, who always try to attack him or things like that. And they've made mistakes also in the past. Maybe not to the extent that he has, but they've definitely made, you know, mistakes in the past. I've made mistakes in the past. There's times where I get on Twitter, like, you know, a long time ago, where I interact with people in a negative way, and I, you know, start, you know, arguing with them and going and making it go way too far and stuff. And I've really tried to stop doing that. That's one reason why I'm making this video. So, because over the past, I would say maybe year or so, I've really tried to just sit on, like, anytime I see something that I disagree with that bothers me on Twitter, I just sit there and think about what I was going to type, and but I wouldn't tweet it. I wouldn't reply to that person. I would just sit there and think about what I was going to type, and I'm like, is it worth it? Like, really, to get in this argument and have this back and forth type of thing, is it really worth it? And 99.99999% of the time, no, it is not worth it. And that's pretty much with anything. People need to just sit and think about what they're typing. Is there any type of resolution to this that will be good? It's fine disagreeing with people. I'm not saying you can't disagree, but I'm actually specifically hating on people starting arguments and starting more crud within the Halo community, you know, and stuff. So it's one of those things though, where Halo Follows the newest animations. It's caused an uproar in some of the Halo community and everything, and disliking it because it was lowbrow humor where, you know, Chief punched him in the nuts and stuff. And it's like, I don't understand why that's a problem, because I feel like if I would have uploaded that, and I'm not just saying this like because, oh, look at me, but I feel, you know, like a lot of people say that I'm very positive in the Halo community, and, you know, so I'm guessing I am looked more fondly on than what Halo follower was. But it's one of those things where if I would have uploaded that animation, the same one that he did, if I would have uploaded instead of him on there, it wouldn't have gotten the negativity and things like that people, you know, were giving him. It would have basically been laughed at, saw as a dumb, lowbrow humor and a joke, and people would have laughed and been like, oh, this is hilarious or something like that. I feel like that's what would happen if I would have uploaded that. But of course, whenever he uploaded it, there's people that specifically dislike and more attack his content on that. So I just wanted to bring this up on there. Like, we need to stray away from that. Like, you know, he has done some bad stuff in the past and everything. And it's just one of those things, though, where you need to look, you know, beyond that. He has taken my video that there's one time where I recorded a video at RTX where the Forge was first shown for, I think, Halo 4. I think it was Halo 4. Or Halo 2 Anniversary. I don't know. Was it? It may have been either Halo 4 or Halo 2, something like that. But where RTX, where it was first shown, and I recorded the footage of what they did at RTX in the panel at RTX, and I uploaded it onto my channel. Now, there was a time where Halo follower, he pulled the video off of my channel and used that footage, even though it was me recording it and stuff. It's not like it was just released by 343 or something like that. And he used it in his video without asking permission. And it's one of those things where, yeah, you shouldn't do that. You should ask permission if it's someone videotaping something, you know, if you can actually use the footage that you had on there. But it's one of those things where it's in the past. Move past it. It doesn't matter. You know, it's one of those things where I've subscribed to, you know, Halo follower, in case you didn't know, and I actually enjoy a lot of his more recent content. Now, some of the stuff in the past was very clickbaity and stuff, but I know he's trying to move away from that. He's trying to grow as a content creator and be better, and I do think he's actually doing that. I think he's doing a very good job of what he does, you know, in his YouTube channel now. And so it's one of those things where just be better. As a Halo community, we need to be better. We need to stop attacking people for making mistakes, especially whenever it's just one of those things where there's no reason to be upset anymore after it was years ago and stuff like that. And so it's one of those things that even people that were directly affected by him in one of his most prominent scandal type of things, like Fletch and stuff, like even with Fletch, I think he needs to look past it, which Fletch does not, like, at least publicly hate on Chris at all. Like, I don't see him on Twitter saying anything bad, of course on YouTube saying anything bad, none of that type of stuff. I don't see him doing that, and that's very commendable by him, because he was a person that was directly affected by something between them two, the big scandal, I guess you would say, on theirs. And so, you know, Fletch is also an upstanding person. He's a good friend of mine, and I see him as an adult because he can look past some things, especially after they've been years. And so it's just one of those things where we need to move on as a Halo community away from that, because Chris is doing a lot better. He is uploading quality content for the Halo community. He has a large following and a large voice for the community. And if you keep on putting him in a hole, keep on hating on him, then it'll just splinter the community, because he has such a large community and stuff. And so while, yes, no one can just all of a sudden do something that's real bad and get away with it. I'm not saying just whatever Chris does now, you know, just he can get away from it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he could just get away with anything that he does or anything like that. But I'm just saying that his content now is fantastic. He makes really good content and really good videos. And while some of them are dumb, lowbrow humor animations, they're still very entertaining to watch. And I highly suggest everyone go check out his stuff if you haven't already. I actually really enjoy his videos. I watch pretty much most of them. They're on there and I enjoy him. I think he does a great job of informing the community about new things that are coming in Halo Infinite, some cool ideas that he might have for things, and some great just content of like the animations and the goofy off the wall stuff like that. So this was just a video. I just wanted to talk about this because I see this going on in the community, and since a lot of people consider me a very positive person and a very like always, you know, like not basically always thinking positive, you know, I just wanted to bring in some of my positivity to y'all and to talk about, you know, the whole Halo followers situation and how it needs to just go away. How it needs to basically go away from being this negative. It doesn't matter if he did anything to, if he stole your content, if he talked bad to you, if he did the thing, you know, just the major deal. I don't want to bring that up. But it's like, it doesn't matter if he did any of that to you years ago. Grow up, and it's time to move on. We are adults. The Halo community has a lot of adults in it, because a lot of us have grown up since the early Halo game. You're an adult, and if you're still holding a grudge against them, stop. Like, it's really just one of those things. Stop. He has stopped doing the bad stuff years ago that, you know, caused problems. He has stopped that. He is doing very well with his Halo community, of his own Halo community, and he is doing very well with his videos. He's doing such a great job of making quality videos, good content, and so I just want people to stop. So that was a good rant on there, but it's basically, I just wanted to talk about this and talk about the Halo community as a whole, how we need to more come together instead of splintering apart, and just being like, I dislike this person, dislike this person. It's like, who cares? Who cares? Everyone, just enjoy life. And that's another thing. Just, if you're gonna write a Twitter comment that's gonna start an argument and a massive, and it's gonna stress you out, just before you hit the reply button, the send button on your reply, just sit there and think, do I really want to reply this? That's what I do every single time that I may do something that bothers me, and 99.9% of the time I delete it and I don't even send it, and I just move on with my life. Just get up, go away from the computer or the phone, enjoy your life, go outside, look at some birds, listen to the Halo Infinite soundtrack, because that is fantastic, and maybe go forge something, you know, because Forge is great. I'm really excited about Halo Infinite Forge. So that'll be it for this video. Thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on here. But just wanted to say thank you for all the support and everything, and I will see you on the next video. And remember, let's forge a new Halo.